Well, this week we are going to make this cute and really simple little 4th of July decoration for the dolls to put on either the front porch or for a centerpiece on the table. Be sure and check the blog post out. The link for that is in the description box, and I tell you in the blog post why we're making this week. Stay tuned and see how easy this is to do. Alright, so we're going to start out. We need a plant pot, one of these little wooden plant pots. This is a little bigger than I normally do this with. This is about 1 inch high and about 1 inch in diameter. So it's okay. It would work for a large centerpiece or for maybe on the porch or something. Since I'm kind of doing this last minute because it was requested, like I said in the intro, I wasn't really prepared since I was already home from town yesterday when I got the message from my friend and realized that this wasn't actually already on my channel. So we're going to start by painting this white. And since this needs to go up tomorrow morning and it's going to be incredibly hot here today. Yeah, Oregon's getting record-breaking temperatures. We're actually going to have higher temperatures than we have had since the year 2012. So I'm hoping to get this video done pretty quickly. So this first coat of white paint, you're going to see part of it. This white paint will be showing on the bottom of the pot and a little bit, and that's about it. Mainly it's a primer for your colors. And we're going to go down a little bit in case we don't, in case we don't fill the center of the pot up all the way. So we can turn it without making too many fingerprints. So I might put a second coat of paint on this off camera when I come back. We'll have a nice complete white coat of paint on here and we'll be ready to move on to our next color of paint. Alright, so I've got a second coat of white on here. Now the next step I'm going to do, I may be totally crazy because I'm going to try and do this without taping. I'm going to get out some red paint. I'm using all ceramic coat paint, which if you followed my videos you know this is my favorite paint. This is my tomato spice red, which I love tomato spice red. I picked a brush that actually, you know what, I'm going to use, just changed my mind. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this because I just want to make some red vertical stripes. I'm thinking this is hopefully going to be easier. They don't have to be perfect. If you're doing this at home and you're not trying to get a video out in just a few hours because, like I said, I want to beat the heat, you can take more time with these steps. Alright, so I'm just going to continue around the base of the pot and then I'm going to let this dry. No use to do this on video. When this is dry, I'll come back and we'll do the blue on the top. Alright, now I have out some navy blue paint off here to the side and a quite small brush. We don't want a very big brush. And now you could go back and you could put white stars on this if you wanted to. I'm not going to. You can also decide if you want yours to be a solid blue or if you want it to be a little more, what should I say, worn looking, I guess. I went down a little further there than I wanted to. My red stripes are dry. So one advantage to this heat, it's not taking my paint very long to dry. Now personally I like the kind of worn look that I've got here with one coat, but obviously if you want to have 2 coats and have it be a more solid blue, you can do that. I'm going to try and get the top rim without messing anything up. How did I do that? And then if there's any spots where your paint has gone where you don't want it to, like I see I've got a red spotch there, go in with, my white paint is still, a little bit of white paint here on my tray. It doesn't have to be perfect though. These are supposed to be a little bit on the rustic side. Let's see if I can sneak that up there now. There. So we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to put in our decorations. All right, now we're going to make some of our little things we're going to insert, because these need some time to dry. So what I've got is I've got 3 pony beads that are star-shaped, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use all 3 of them or not. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, just depends on how I feel. This time I'm going to try some of this 12 gauge wire that I picked up, I think at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. And this little pile here is just some latex caulking. What we need is we need to fasten these pieces of wire, and these are cut way long from what we're going to need. We're not going to need them anywhere near this long. But we're going to pick that caulking up with the end of the wire and stick those in there. And I might even get a toothpick and put just a little more of this. In fact, let's see if we can kind of fill that up. Maybe that'll work better. Normally I use a glue, but I thought this is laying right, this is right here in my drawer. I'm thinking it's going to work possibly better. Yeah, I think this is going to be the better way to do it. Possibly a little better than trying to put some with glue. Pull that away. There. It's a little messy, but it will work. Stick some caulking in this one. We just need to fill up the hole. And if you don't have the beads or can't find the beads, another option are those really cool star-shaped sequins that they make for they come sometimes in the sequins and sometimes over with the party confetti sprinkle stuff. I have a whole container of star-shaped ones of those too, which is what I would have used had I not been able to find this. I have a feeling I'm going to be using a wet wipe to clean up some of this caulking off the outside. Let's stick this in there. And now these need to set up, but this doesn't take long to set up. When it's all set up and our paint's all dry, we can move on to the next step. Alright, so now everything is dry, I think. So I am going to first put some glue in here. Just squeeze some in. If it comes out the bottom, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Wet wipe. And I've got just some pink foam. This is just builder's foam. I'm going to shove that down there. And basically what I'm trying to do is fill in the whole top. I just want this fairly flat. Oops, see, I'm getting glue all over everything here. Dang it. Alright, that's full enough. Get that wiped off. So now we're going to do a little prep work. I have some blue wire, and this is just You get this in the jewelry department at the craft store. And let's see if I can find the end. I should have found the end before I turned the camera on. There it is. Alright, so we're going to cut a short piece of this. Still have my little knitting needle here. And we're just going to wrap. I think that's going to be big enough for 2. I also have some red wire. And you can do this, you know, it can be any color combination. Hopefully I got that all in the camera. I'm just twisting this around. Kind of trying to do this quickly before it gets too hot here. These lights are getting really warm already. Right. I want these ready before I start. I've got these guys, and I've got something else off to the side. I may not use that gold one. Now, I have coffee grounds. It's just a jar of coffee grounds. I'm going to cover the top of this. Get a little more glue in here. Come on. Oh yeah, stupid glue. You were running all over the table. And I had you on your side, so you'd be ready. It's just so warm right now. It's already getting hot. It's not even 11 yet. I really want to get this project done. So we've covered the top with glue. We've dropped it in there. There. Now we have dirt in our, basically that's just our dirt. Now, before that glue dries, we're going to, I like to use a pair of tweezers for this. If I can get my tweezers out. Yeah. There's a pair. Alright. Going to take our tweezers, and we may need to poke a hole. Sometimes these thin wires will go in, sometimes they won't. You can dip it in glue if you think you need to. I sometimes do, sometimes I don't. Let's go ahead and cut these a little shorter. I'm only going to use the 2. I got too much junk on the gold one. Or maybe I'll just use the red one. Yeah, let's just use the red one today. Oops, that wasn't quite dry. Okay, let's just use the silver one. Trying to rush this project since it's so warm. There. All right. Get a couple of these done. And you can use whatever you've got. You know, this is not written in stone what I'm doing here. It's just one option. I do different things with these different times. And now to add, get these in. I picked up one of these the other day. I'll take a picture of this and insert it right down here. It's one of those decorative things from Dollar Tree that you can sit out. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it when I got it. I just picked it up because it was there and it was sparkly. I'm cutting off a couple of pieces and I'll go take a picture of this someplace. Let's see, try to find some blue. There. Alright, now what we'll do is we'll take some short pieces of this. Trying to cut these, oh, and they're blue on one side and red on the other. That's why I was having trouble finding the color I wanted. Wow. Okay. Alright. Now, find a toothpick. I stuck it toothpick in there to make a hole. And it's important that you do this before the glue on top dries, because once that glue that's holding the coffee grounds on dries, it's going to be really hard to poke holes in here. There. But these aren't quite firm enough to poke a hole with, so you have to make a hole for them. So I'm just going to stick more of these little pieces in, and then I'll be back. Alright, so now we have little pieces. You could put more in, you could put less in, you could put more, however you want to decorate it. The whole idea is it's just something for the dolls to sit on the table or on the front porch. I might go find some red glitter and sprinkle on the dirt to cover up some of that glue, but we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Come again next week and see what we do then.